Hello again, everybody. Here we are playing Planescape Torment once again. Now, it might feel to you as if it's been rather a while since last we played Planescape Torment, and that's because it actually has been. If it feels like that, then it means you're one of the actual live viewers who are watching these as I'm uploading them. So hello to you. Yes, it's been absolutely ages since one of these videos has happened, and that's because a number of things prevented it, or in various ways got in the way. One of those was that I had to go and get married. Here, look. Married. My headphones fell off. Married. That's marriage for you. Headphones fall off. And if you haven't heard much about my wedding yet, then it just means that I haven't yet put together the video about the absolutely epic thing that happened on my wedding night. No, about the absolutely epic thing that happened on the evening of the wedding, with all my friends and family present. No, about the large-scale exciting things that happened during the course of the wedding and celebration. Stay tuned for that if I haven't already put that video together, if you know who I am and are watching these videos because you know who I am rather than because you're just a person who wants to see someone play Planescape Torment and happened upon my Let's Play of Planescape Torment, in which case, you know, we don't know each other, and hello, my name's Dave and I just got married and something quite exciting happened, but you just honestly won't understand how exciting it was unless you've watched some of my other videos, so should we just move on? But Dave, it doesn't take you 2 or 3 weeks to get married, you may be thinking, and you'd be right. What happened after that is I immediately caught a cold, and it still hasn't gone away. Listen. I'm going to have to cut out quite a bit of that over the course of this video. It's only just today that I've finally been sort of able to muster the amount of enthusiasm necessary to make another video. So, let's press on, shall we? And hopefully I can do it without just wearing myself out and having to go and lie down. So here we go then, Planescape Torment again, eh? Right, so how do we play this?
Alright.
We click around and we try and remember what it is we're up to. Actually, I wrote myself a couple of little notes so that I could sort of get straight back into it. Oh yes, I was going to explain to you why I'm a stupid man. I am a stupid man, I am a stupid man, a stupid man, a stupid man, I am a stupid man. I am a stupid man, I am a stupid man, and I've slightly lost my voice, I'm a stupid man. A couple of episodes ago there was a puzzle that I had to do, and I failed entirely to do it, and you all jumped straight on and said, Dave, it's quite obvious how to do this puzzle. And you were right. To refresh your memory, since we've been apart for so long, there was a zombie who had a note stitched in his mouth, I think. There was certainly a zombie with a note stitched in his mouth, and I think it was this one. And it was saying in the note, I've changed my mind, I don't want to be raised as a zombie, please just let me die. And I think as a reward, he offered a special thing that he had hidden in a special place. And to get it, he said...
What's the hold-up?
Quiet, nameless one. And to get it, he said, please use my internment number, or something like that, my zombie number, as the key. And there was a piece of paper with numbers around the corners, and you could fold them up. Now, clearly what you have to do there, as all of you guys and Abby, as soon as she...
shake a leg.
Shush!
Well, I mean, you shake a leg.
Given. I completely misunderstood that puzzle and spent
What's the hold-up?
Shush! And spent ages in the video trying to do it the wrong way. But as soon as my girlfriend Abby came home, my wife Abby now, as soon as she came home and watched the edit of the video, she immediately pointed out how I should have done the puzzle all along. And as soon as the video went online, so did you. I feel like you are owed an explanation as to what on earth I thought I was doing. Here's what I thought I was doing. I thought that the code that I had to use as the key would not be for this puzzle that I had to do yet. I thought it would be literally a key to a door somewhere else.
What's the hold-up?
Quiet, you. I'm going to put the inventory up so that you don't keep going on like that. I thought I had to fold the corners of the piece of paper in the order written on the corners of the piece of paper, and that would make a little portal or something, and then I would apply the key number to that portal. Yes, sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? That's because it is, and I am a stupid man. I'm a stupid man. A stupid man, a stupid man. So, now that we're all congregated here, why don't I get to doing the puzzle the correct way? So, here we are in the old inventory again, and it's one of these pieces of paper. I'm guessing this one, note from Corpse 1201. I hope it's this one, because otherwise, none of these other pieces of paper have a number on, and I'm going to have to go and find out what number corpse it was. Luckily, I'm doing a Let's Play series, so I can just go onto my YouTube channel and look it up, which is rather easy, isn't it? But, if I am correct... yes, it was in the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. See, I love how this game, if you just forgot everything you've already done, because you've gone away and got married and then had a cold or whatever, then you can just read everything and catch up. Please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. So, hopefully if I fold this up in the correct order, then I'm going to get some kind of a reward. Let my contract number serve as the key. Aren't I silly? So, it's 1201. Let's do it. So, it starts on the upper right. Oh, no marks on the upper left, and there is a 0 in the number. So, 1201. So, it's upper right, lower right, upper left, upper right. Yes? Upper right, lower right, upper left, upper right. I hope this is the right time in the game to do this. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center... Oh, look, I didn't notice this. The upper right-hand corner unfolded, ready for me to refold it. Yes, I should have... I need to get back into the swing of this, don't I? I need to remember that I've got to read everything and I've got to think with a brain. Which is difficult because I've still got a slight cold and it's making me even more stupid than I usually am. I'm going to have some of this cup of tea and hope that the caffeine boost in some way wakes me up. You should get a little +1 floating above your head when you get a caffeine boost. And then you know you've had enough tea. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. Oh, that makes sense, yes, because I didn't fold the left corner, lower left. You watch for a moment and the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small, four-sided paper pyramid. Ooh. I don't think that is what would happen if the corners of the piece of paper folded, and then they raised up. They would just be unfolded again, wouldn't they? So I'm guessing that also they're sort of moving inwards and the folded areas are getting bigger. No, is that what would happen? Yes. Let's open the sides of the pyramid. Sploing! You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside is a small, triangle-shaped earring. Oh, I wonder if I can wear earrings in this game. I wonder if I can pluck them and put them on my ear and then they'll give me little powers. It catches the light and gleams brightly, folding in the day and disintegrating to dust in the night. Your earring is gleaming brightly. Take the triangle earring. Lost item? What do you mean lost item? Oh, yes, because I lost the pieces of paper. Do beg my pardon if I say things like the pieces of paper. It's because I can't talk properly, because I'm constantly on the verge of a coughing fit at all times. I am dull. Yes, really him. Alright, well, let's have a little look in our inventory. Let's have a little look in our inventory. Have a little look at the things that I'm holding there. Have a little look in our inventory. Sorry. There it is. That looks like a triangle to me. Triangle earring. Okay, well, if we... Ooh, let's find out things about it. Ah, by the way, I should mention that one of my most prolific commenters on this series of videos, Snow Demon Akuma, they seem to know a lot about this game. I don't know if it's a he or a she, and so what they've been doing is making sure that whenever I miss something, they just sort of nudge me back in the direction of it and go, and they're not telling me what to do, and they're not dropping any real spoilers, but they are saying, just, you missed something there, just go back and look at that if it would be of benefit to myself or to you, the viewers. So thanks, Akuma, for all of your little comments and tips, and I shall be looking forward to more. And in a moment, I'm going to be addressing one of the things that Akuma has warned me about that I missed. But one of the things that they said was that I need to be right-clicking and reading about more of the things that I'm picking up and that are ending up in my inventory, because sure enough, I've been skipping over some and not even noticing that I've had some of them. So let's start here. You received this small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you how strange this world you've woken up in is. Right, so that's really cementing the fact that not only do I not remember my past, I don't remember this place. It's not one of these amnesia stories where the person is familiar with the world around them. Note, some items are magical, but require that they be identified before they can be used. If you cannot determine what an item is at first glance, then you may need to take it to someone with a higher lore skill than you or your party members. Oh dear. Well, let's see if this identify button down here works. I'm guessing it won't. Oh golly, how would you like to identify this item? Spell or scroll? Oh, well, I haven't got any such thing. Alright, so that probably tells us there's going to be 3 different ways in this game to identify unidentified items. I know, it looks like 2, doesn't it? You think I saw the cancel button and thought it was a 3rd button, don't you? But no, I'm talking about what it said over there. I can either use a spell, I guess I'll find an identification spell if I become a spell-wielding person, or a scroll if I find a sort of a Rosetta scroll, or I can take it to someone with a higher lore skill than me. So there we go, I can do any of those things, but I don't know what that is right now. Can I put it on? Do I want to put it on? Well, I have... Oh, yes, look, there's an... Yeah, there we go, look, earring. I just spotted there was an ear there. Well, look, I have only just loaded up the game, and I hope you won't mind if I sort of save state this if it goes wrong. So let's try it. Boing! Has that done anything if I return to the game screen? Nope. Did it do anything to my stats, I wonder? How shall I look at my stats? If I click that... No. Oh. Statistics screen, here we go. Oh, alignment. This represents your disposition towards good or evil, law or chaos. Current alignment, true neutral. True neutral characters believe in maintaining the balance of law and chaos. They don't tip the scales between the two and tend to oppose anyone who does. Now, I'm guessing that in this particular case, I'm true neutral because I haven't really done anything yet, but that as I go along, I seem to remember there being something on the back of the box, which I read to you in video number 1, that suggested that as I move along through the game making choices, then this may change things about me, and I'm guessing my alignment is a big part of what will change about me. Sorry if I'm more boring than usual this time. I'm just trying to get over my cold, you see, and so I don't have the usual enthusiasm levels. This is me trying to pep myself up. So, this is... Oh, gosh, you really heard that I was losing my voice there, didn't you? So, this is where I'm going to read about things like chaotic good and chaotic evil and lawful good and stuff like that. You know, that stuff. The stuff that you find in hilarious charts of what alignment different characters from different television shows you don't watch are. Aren't those hilarious? Aren't those charts hilarious? Wouldn't it be great to see more of those on the internet all the time? Wouldn't that be funny? I really think they're very funny. Let me just quickly sort of figure out what I've got here. I've got 10 armor class, 2020 there, I can remember that. 12, 15, 14, 11, 9, 14. Try and remember it. 12, 15, 14, 11, 9, 14. 12, 15, 14, 11, 9, 14. 12, 15, 14, 11, 9, 14. 12, 15, 14, 11, 9, 14. 12, 15, 14, 11, 9, 14. 12, 15, 14, 11, Decorum Satis D. Yep, that's all the same. Oh gosh, I missed this bit. Ooh, golly. Normal, none. Thaco 18. Oh, I'm very proficient in Thaco, if 18 is proficient. But what's Thaco, we wonder? Number of attacks, 1. Okay. Law, 8. Oh, there's my law score. There's my score in law. So, I better just admit to you now that I've got this ring on at the moment because earlier I said that I was married and I wanted to demonstrate that. But quite honestly, having rings on really bugs me, and so I often take it off when I'm at home. And so you are going to see me with this not on during several videos. And in fact, I'll do it this time just to demonstrate that and get you all used to it, because it doesn't mean I'm no longer married. It just means that I don't like wearing rings very much. There we are. Turns out I'm not alone. I thought the in-laws would be quite critical of that when they found out, but it turns out that they actually have similar predilections themselves. So, I can't be bothered memorising all of this. I've just got an earring on now. Let's just have an earring on.
I'm gone. Done.
Does the scrolling look a bit sort of juddery to you
Done.
in today's video?
Done.
It's like I haven't got the V-Sync
Done.
on or something like that. Maybe I'm just... haven't played it in a while and I'm not used to it. Right, what else was I supposed to do? Snow Demon Akuma wanted me to look something up. Let me have a little look. The receiving log page. Receiving log page, there it is. And I'm to look at number 16539, which is a scarred shell. Here we go. 5th Night, scarred shell. Cause of death indeterminable. Scars do not appear to be the cause of death. Shock trauma. Collector Farod. 3 commons paid. Possessions logged, fist irons, and 13 commons. Okay. Middle table, receiving room. And this is the clue that I missed when I was skimming over it before. Because who was in the middle table on the receiving room? No, who was on the middle table in the receiving room? That's right, me! This is me! I'm number 16539. So what this tells us is that somewhere in this mortuary, are my possessions that I came in with, namely 13 quid, and a set of fist irons, whatever that may be. I'm thinking something like brass knuckles, probably. So if I find any fist irons, they belong to me in the first place, especially if they are sat next to 13 quid. Okay, then. Thanks for that, Akuma. McCoides, Tricor. Right, well, I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff here that a leather strap? When did I get a leather strap? What's that? Iron spike? I can't remember when I got half of this stuff, but I'm just going to press on anyway, because who cares? While I was editing video number 4, I made a note of something that I noticed while editing the video, which I didn't notice while I was actually playing the game live, which is that if I pop into the journal and the beasts, and I go to Dustman Female, there, and, oh look, we've got Dustman Male now as well. There's, oh gosh. Oh look. He's from the 90s, isn't he? Look, you can tell, because He's a cool, rad dude. Anyway, I'm guessing that Dustman male and Dustman female have the same description. Yes, they do. The Dustmen are the caretakers of the mortuary, a huge morgue filled with bodies. The faction seems to be a pretty somber bunch, rarely showing expression or interest in anything. They seem intent only upon taking care of all the dead bodies that come into the mortuary, cataloguing them, preparing them, then burying them somewhere. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Because I assumed that they bury them in the mortuary. But I guess I don't know what a mortuary is. I thought of it as a kind of a crypt. But I'm guessing that a mortuary is just where you embalm things, and then they have to bury them somewhere. Now, due to these ellipses here, that sort of implies that the somewhere is somewhere interesting that we might, find ourselves in at some time. In fact, have we been told that... Yes, we have. We've been told there's a crypt, haven't we? That we're going to find a portal to it. Did the man who's offered to turn us into a zombie tell us that, I wonder? So while we're here, let's just have a little look at other things that we have that we may not have checked yet. Zombie, zombie male, zombie female. And because this is a video game, we know that this is normal, and this is sexy. Normal, sexy. Okay, and then up here we have skeletons. Hello! Look at him. These skeletons have been... What he's doing, that pose that he's doing is the pose of someone who is being taken a photo of and doesn't realise how wide angle the lens is, so they think they have to duck to be in frame. These skeletons have been given a semblance of life through necromancy, much like the zombies. Although these skeletons have no ligaments or musculature, their joints are bound with thin metal bolts, and their bones appear bound with leather straps and cords wound beneath their armour. Skeletons suffer less damage from any slashing or piercing weapons. Well, I imagine they would. There's nothing to slash or pierce. They shouldn't really suffer any damage at all. Crushing weapons, such as clubs and hammers, inflict normal damage. Well, I said that in a tone as if I was making fun, but that's great. Well done for putting that in. That makes a lot of sense, and it's cool. Alright, well, just before we carry on, let's just remind ourselves of what quests I've got to do. Yes, fetch the embalming fluid and needle for Ei-Vene. And for that other bloke, there was the chap who was a fake zombie and offered to make me into a fake zombie. But I don't know why yet. I don't know why he would want to be a fake zombie himself, and I don't know why he would want to make me into a fake zombie, or why I would want to be a fake zombie either. Maybe these are things we shall find out in the due course of time. By Stephen Baxter. Alright, let's have a little go back to the game then, and click about. Well, I'll tell you what, I can go back to Ei-Vene, and I can give her that stuff, can't I? So, I'll have a look at the map. I'll go here.
Done.
Wait, where is it? There, I'll go here. Oh! I right-clicked! I right-clicked! Because I'm just used to doing that in most games, you just like Dragon Age and stuff. If I want to go somewhere, I'll right-click the bit on the map, so it's kind of become like muscle memory to me. I just automatically right-clicked. Because in other games, like Dragon Age, that puts a little beacon on the map. Or do you left-click in that? I can't remember. And it, and you follow it to know where to go. But it looks like I can actually give a name to this. Oh, it's gone. Try again. Go here for downstairs. Let's try that. Are they going to stay on my map forever now? That would be cool.
I'm gone.
But it doesn't really help in the Dragon Age sense, because I can't,
right.
I can't follow it, I can't
gone.
see it on the screen as I go.
All right.
Oh, I can
All
run.
right.
Come on.
All right, I'm gone.
Hello. You see, Ei-Vene, she is still dissecting the corpse's chest with her talons. The rhythm of the talons reminds you of something, but you can't quite recall what. Tap. She turns, sees you, then frowns. Dumb zombies. She clacks her taloned fingers together impatiently, then makes a stitching motion with her fingers. Find thread and embalming fluid. Bring here to Ei-Vene. Go, go, go. Alright. Well, I've got it now.
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Ei-Vene snaps the thread from your hands and hooks it around one of her talons, then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. She then takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Okay. Within minutes, she is finished. She clicks her talons, then turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and drags her talons Along your arms and chest. Ooh. So I can do a little joke here, but I'm guessing that if I play zombie, then I might, she might think I'm a zombie and she might do something interesting. It might be that she stitches me in a way that would be painful, but let's find out. Looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or... Yeah, you see, the game's trying to trick me here. It's trying to make me speak that I'm onto its games. I'm going to keep playing zombie. Shush, shush, shush. As she traces your arms and chest. See, clearly, the option to keep playing zombie is there, so I'm going to get something by following it. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who writes on you? Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs, then pokes one of your scars. This one, bad shape. Many scars, no preserves. Okay. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you bought her, and lightning-like, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. Ah! It feels barely more than a pinprick. Oh, okay. But it looks like she's about to start stitching you up. Do you know what? I'm going to let her work. Why not? I mean, so I'm guessing what we're looking at here is not a wound that I've got. It is a scar. I'm guessing she's thinking that they should have stitched me up better originally for the scar to heal, more cleanly. So she's going to do that, or I don't know. Let's find out.
Updated my journal.
Oh, max HP +1. Ooh, I HP'd up. Increased permanently. Oh, so she's just made me a little bit better, somehow. She's done a little bit of stitching and just inherently made me superior than I was before. The sensation is curiously painless as Ei-Vene begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, then stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Blech. Within minutes, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. I got embalmed! Whee! This may be the second time in my life. I'm thankful I don't have a nose. What was the first time? Ei-Vene puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, then makes a shooing motion with her talons. Done! Go! Go! Oh, nice one, Ei-Vene. Cheers! Oh, now, have I still got enough embalming fluid and needle and thread? Yes, so I can actually still disguise myself as a zombie if need be. But what need would that be? I don't know. Alright, well, let's go somewhere and do something. Where haven't we been yet? Oh, it doesn't let you go up and down the floors in the map. I have to actually go there myself. So let's do that. Is that a room? Is there a room there that I could go through, or is that just a bit of blank space? Don't know. Well, who cares? Come on, why can't... Wait a minute. Why can't I scroll the screen anymore? Why can't I scroll the screen anymore? If anybody knows why I can't scroll the screen anymore, let me know, because it's making running tricky, because I can only go a tiny way.
Alright.
So we're going to have to just sort of
I'm gone.
meander, I'm afraid. Well, maybe I'll come across something interesting on the way.
I'm gone. Done.
Alright. Back up we go, because I was looking for something up there. I can't remember what, but if I just look at everything, then... Have I looked in all of these? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gone.
Alright, so where haven't I filled in on the map? Up here. Let's go up here. Up we go. Up we go.
Alright.
Up we go.
Alright.
Nothing to see up here, is there? Oh.
Alright.
Maybe. Nah, just more of that. Go on. They just stack, so it doesn't bother me. At least until I get 10 of them. Oh, where is it? Well, there's a locked container here, but that doesn't concern me, does it? Because I... Whoops.
I'm gone.
Oh no, yeah, that is what I do. I've got an iron pry bar. How do I select it again? Like that, and then I do this.
Forced it.
Open.
Open.
I'm gone.
Oh, 33 quid. A bone charm, which looks a bit like a crooked finger to me. I'll have that. And what's this? A corpse fly charm. Alright. Alright.
I'm gone.
And then... Clot charm. We know about those.
Alright.
Nothing. And... okay, Dustman Embalming Charm, Anton Lesser. And Mortuary Task List. Okay, well, it looks like there... oh, whoops, wrong button. It looks like there is some looking at the descriptions of things in our future, so we may as well do it now. Okay, so what should we look at first? I mean, this corpse fly thing, what's going on there? A corpse fly charm. This corpse fly looks like it was frozen. It appears to be dead, but you can't be sure. Oh! Okay, so it is actually the corpse of a fly. It's not just a charm. It's not like a little brooch in the shape of a fly or something. It's actually the corpse of a fly. Which suggests that that drop of blood earlier that I had to put on my tongue and allow to dissolve was in fact a drop of blood and not something made to look like one. I wonder if I'm going to have to put this in my silly old mouth as well. People popping gross things in their mouths all the time to make magic happen. The magic contained within the charm is activated when the insect is consumed. Right, yes, I've got to put it in my mouth. Fine. When swallowed, the recipient suddenly becomes extremely nauseous. Yep, checks out. A few seconds later, the charmed individual expels a stream of insects from their nose and mouth. Provided the charmed individual can keep their wits about them after the casting, which I probably would not if it was me, the caster can send this cloud to attack a target. Oh, cool. Oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah, invokes Swarm Curse. There we go. Oh, that's a bit sort of Bioshock, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to have to try eating a dead fly at some point in my life and see if it has a similar effect. See if it makes me puke up dead fly. I imagine that it might have that effect. Okay, well, what else have we got? We've got this mortuary task list. Mortuary task list. Someone has penned a series of tasks in red ink on this scrap of parchment. I would like the contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We have experienced too many contracted collapses while engaged in heavy labour as of late, and I fear the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying or may have been warped somehow. If the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapsed, then this would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation rooms and free up more contracted workers for other duties. Okay, so they don't just remain as zombies forever. They actually sort of last for a while and then just collapse, and then you have to re-raise the dead. Interesting. I do not wish collapsed bodies to be disposed of. When possible, the original contracted shells are to be raised and be made to resume their duties. I've included spare embalming charms within the shells for the initiates on duty. They are to be used only when the shells cannot be repaired with stitching, bandaging, or applications of embalming fluid. Spare embalming charms within the shelves, and I believe I found one. Yes, here we go. Dustman Embalming Charm. Anton Lesser. Invokes Embalming Minor. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a lesser embalming charm in the sense that you could have a greater embalming charm. 3 charges, so I guess I can embalm 3 people. Usable only on the Nameless One and Mort. Oh, okay. So I can't just go around raising corpses whenever I find them. It's essentially a Phoenix down. Okay, this strange metal bracelet has directions inscribed on the side of it. Judging from the crude text, it appears that the bracelet works by being held by a living creature. Then, while pronouncing a mantra to the true death, it is touched to the forehead of a zombie or skeleton. When this is done, the minor enchantment held within the item spreads through the corpse, strengthening their bones, killing traces of corpse rot and or grave mold, and helping to seal minor tears in the skin. Note, this item will work either on you or Mort. Simply place it in your quick item slot, then use it from the quick menu on Mort, or have Mort use it on you, in order for it to take effect. When cast, the target gains plus 2 to 8 temporary hit points, and a temporary bonus of plus 1 Albert Clifford for a half hour. Oh, sorry, a half hour. Not a real half hour. I guess that means like an in-game half hour. The extra hit points will heal the target if he is less than max hit points. And who among us is greater than max hit points? The strongest man in Christendom. Or they'll give him bonus hit points for a half hour. Or a real half hour this time. I don't know. That's all a bit sort of D&D-ish to me. I don't really understand what some of these things mean. No, I do. Temporary hit points. That's fine. Yep, that makes sense. I've got some temporary hit points. I'd take the charm. I'm a little bit stronger for a while. Then it wears off, so I basically want to fight someone as soon as I've had this. And then... Or, well, I suppose what it means is that you can heal Mort or the Nameless One, and they'll be fighting fit for a few seconds, a little bit more than usual. Like flashing on and off invincibility in 90s platform games. A temporary bonus of plus 1 Albert Clifford. AC. Air conditioning. What is that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Perhaps I'll find out at some point. So look, what I want to do now is go through all of these things and sort of, you know, right-click all of their descriptions and stuff. But there, did you hear I just got a little text there? That is because Abby, my wife, I have to keep remembering to say wife. Oh, I've just been told by eBay that I need to log in again. I don't remember being logged in the first place. That's suspicious. Anyway, we are currently in the process of her picking up some takeaway, and she's going to come here and we're going to eat it. So I can't really get stuck into a long filming, so I think I'm going to save there. I know this has been a short one, but, well, honestly, I'll probably stick it together with the next one. So I guess I'll do a really short one next time. So you may not notice a gap, or you may notice a gap. So if I stop it here and that's a whole video, then goodbye! See you soon. But if I carry on and roll straight through into the next video, then hello, here we go with more. Oh, go on, let's have a little bit more. I've got a few minutes to kill.
Done.
So, what's going on over here? Oh, look, I can scroll the screen again. I wonder what was the problem yesterday. I don't know. Right, so, oh, I know what I was going to do. Let's get this over with. I was going to right-click things and read them and look at them and that. So, I've already looked at this, I think. Have I looked at that? Yes. Okay, what else have we got? I've read that, I think. Yes. Oh, I can just click left and right. I don't have to go out and look at everything separately. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I read through all of this. Yes, I did. Okay. There's the embalming charm. What else we got? Corpse fly charm. I've already been through. The mortuary sanctum key. I'm pretty sure I've already read this. So, yeah, I've got the sanctum key now, so if I come across a sanctum, I can open it. Leather strap! Where did I get this from? The inside of a skeleton, probably. This is a leather strap used to bind the skeleton workers' bones together. Oh, it'll be that skeleton that I had a thing, and then it fell apart. Yeah. Although the strap is frayed along the edges, it still looks pretty strong. But then there's no information about what can be done with a leather strap, so I'm not sure what that would be for. Wooden club. Alright. I can bash people with that. Clot charm, heals 9 hit points. Well, I don't need to. Rags. Can I do anything with the rags? No. Oh. This thick mass of rags look as if they were torn from a tapestry or someone's robes. Well, either it was someone posh's robes or a rubbish tapestry. Looking at that, I'm going to say a rubbish tapestry. Rags. That's not what a rag is. Someone's, like a king's robes. Or a tapestry. Even if you tear a bit off, that's still not a rag. I wonder what that is. Riches, I suppose. Right. Iron spike. Hello. Now, when did I get this iron spike? This has been confusing me since yesterday. Damage 1 to 3 piercing. Speed 2, weight 2. Okay, well I need to compare it with my other stabby things. A crude iron spike covered with rust. If necessary, you could use it as a dagger. I think, have I seen that before and I've just forgotten when I was comparing daggers some other time? Junk, weight 1. This is a collection of junk. Small springs, broken bolts, cracked gear or 2. Looks like someone felt these pieces might be useful one day, but they seem pretty useless to you. Okay, so that's just back of the drawer clutter. Embalming fluid, here we go. So, okay, so I've already given some embalming fluid to Ei-Vene, but it looks like it has its own separate uses within the game. Plus 2 to 8 to hit points, plus 1 to armor class. Ooh, armor class. That's what AC stands for. Okay, well, it's a bit too D&D for me. I don't really know what armor class is yet. But hey, this is the game where I'll find out. Hit points, I know what they are. That's this. That's how many of these you've got. It's tricky to point out here because they just used a sort of a single bar that changes colour as it goes up. Much like the health bar in Magicland Dizzy, one of the greatest games of all time. And which, don't you worry, you and I shall reconvene on at a later date. Look what I just did! Look what I just done! You can find out how many numbers they've got. So these are the hit points then. Here represented as a bar, here represented as actual numbers, if you're some kind of a mathematical D&D sort of a person of that sort of brain. Would that I could be that sort of brain. It sounds like an interesting and lucrative sort of brain to have, but sadly no, I have this sort of brain, the sort that just needs things to be brightly coloured. Embalming fluid. This is a sealed jar of embalming fluid. It is used as a preservative for dead bodies. Sure, but how do you use it in game terms, game? As an added benefit, the smell of the fluid is more than sufficient to mask the smell of any rotting bodies it's used on. Effects are temporary. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to say, also, if you, slather it all over your body, then you will have more hit points for some lore-y reason. But it hasn't bothered with that, so it just does give you more hit points. And then it gives you +1 to armor class. Now, I don't know what my armor class is, but oh wait, I think it's this. I get the sense that I've been told in the past that this is it, so it's 10. So I would have 11 of that if I used some embalming fluid, which I'm not going to do just now because I don't have anybody to fight. Receiving John Blythe page, weight 0. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in a tight, crabbed script. Oh, I know, I've already read that more than once. We can move on from that. So, here's our bone charm. We finally found a crooked finger bone charm. Isn't that exciting? What? Oh, gosh, you can... Oh, right. So, here was me thinking that all you could do with this bone charm was just use it to open a portal. But it looks like, according to this, it also has some, benefits in a D&D-ish sense. So, you can have +2 to armor class with this. Or you only get +1 with embalming fluid. Yeah, but what do you do with it? You can't slather this all over your chest like you can with embalming fluid. We've all been there. We've all tried to do it with the finger bone as well, but it doesn't work. It also gives you +2 to armor class versus crushing attacks. Ah, okay, so it looks like it's not just strict numbers armor class. It looks like it actually, Pokemon-esquely, reacts to certain kinds of attack as well. So, but it gives you +2 to armor class anyway. Does that mean it gives you +2, and on top of that, another +2 if you're being crushing attacked? Maybe it does. I feel like it probably does. And then a +15% resistance to crushing attacks. Wow, okay. All you have to have is a finger bone and you can never be crushed. This is amazing. I didn't know about this. I've got like 10 of them, if you count thumb bones. And if you count thumb bones, then we're probably going to start counting toe bones. So I've got millions. I've got millions of toes all over me. I'm just completely covered in toes. I'm teeming with toes, so I'm pretty much invincible to crushing things. So I can just go and stand. If I was the shredder and I fell into a trash compactor and Casey Jones went, oops, I'd be completely fine. And I'd waggle my fingers at him in a kind of jazz hands way and go,
see, I am completely fine. This is my finger bones. I am your father.
I could say that sort of thing if I so chose. This old finger bone charm has been hollowed out. Oh, and tiny symbols of... Well, you'd think it'd be more susceptible... Sorry, I can't speak properly after having this cold, alright? You'd think it would be more susceptible to crushing if not only was it just a tiny thin finger bone, which I imagine can be crushed with ease, but also it's been hollowed out. And it's been etched into the outside, so it's extremely thin. It's probably the thinnest... The thinnest possible unit of finger bone that it's possible to ever encounter. And somehow it protects you against crushing attacks. Why would that be? Let's find out if it says here. This old finger bone charm has been hollowed out and tiny symbols have been scratched on its surface. Now, they'll be magic symbols, won't they? That's cheating. You can scratch them on the surface of nearly anything. A user must snap it in two to activate it. Or... wait a minute. Not or. Nobody cares. It's just a bone from a skeleton, and the skeleton is a dead person because it's a skeleton. And it doesn't have its finger anymore, but it doesn't mind, because, again, it's a skeleton. When snapped, the bone charm... No, you can't help but feel a certain quease at that. You can't help but sort of recoil at the idea of snapping a finger. Imagine if you had a finger of a skeleton and you just snapped it. You'd still feel a bit weird about that, wouldn't you? Even if the museum that owned the skeleton told you that you could. Oh, imagine if it was still attached to the hand, which I don't think they can be, can they? Because... the bones would only be attached to each other with ligament and stuff. But imagine if it was in some way, however it is they do it at museums and stuff, and then you snapped it. Ugh. Wait a minute. That being the case, why would the bones? Why they would just fall apart? You wouldn't be able to snap them. Oh, never mind. When snapped, the bone charm temporarily strengthens the user's skeleton and acts as a ward against breaks and fractures. Okay, so I guess it's got the stuff that's etched into it. Probably says protect against the opposite of the thing that happens to me, and then you snap it and it protects you against snapping. The charm gives the user an overall bonus to their armor class and additional resistance against crushing attacks. It certainly does. Well, I'm not going to use that because I need it for the portal. Oh, imagine if you used it and that was it. Oh, wait a minute. I know the sort of game this is. This is famously the sort of RPG where everything comes down to your personal choices. So, presumably, if you were like a brawler who didn't care about the story, both in the game character you've created and in real life, because that's the only reason you would ever create that character, then you could just go, I don't care about whatever the portal thing was that they were telling me about. Snap it, fight, whatever, somebody who does crushing attacks on you, and then maybe that would be an alternate way out of the It would be, wouldn't it? Because the reason to do the finger bone thing is to get out of the mortuary. And I'm guessing if you use this, then you're physically strong enough to get out of the mortuary. And then that probably bolsters your fighting stats. And then that probably sets you off on a path to use fighting in this game. I bet that's how it works. Oh, I love this stuff, even if I don't know how to use it properly. Needle and thread. Oh, I can heal myself with needles and threads. That's how my voice goes when I have had a cold. Also, the rest of the time. This is a spool of thread and a small bone needle. Oh, is that what needles were in the past? Were they bones? They look like they're used for stitching up wounds. Oh yeah, in living or dead bodies. When used on a creature, it heals 6 hit points of damage. On a creature! So you could be fighting someone, and then you could accidentally stab them with the needle instead of a scalpel, and you could heal them. Huh. Have I had this? I'm going to read it out in case I haven't. Dustman request. A note written on a scrap of dry parchment. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I am certain the initial raising of the body was warped. Warped. That's the second time we've heard about raisings of zombies being warped. I wonder what's going on with that. The worker still responds to commands, but when it has completed a task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as it did before. Ah. This is interesting, because we saw that zombie that was walking the rule of 3, as Mort put it, which I think is a weird way of putting it. I've always accepted that as kind of a Planescape lore way of saying it, but I think that might just be a weird... I don't know. Anyway, we encountered a zombie that was walking a triangular, in this case, path, and circular in this case, but round and round either way. I wonder if the same thing is happening to... It is! That's a clue, isn't it? We're going to find out who it is that's giving these zombies just random weird little orders. Dahl recently informed me that Worker 42 exhibited that same walking pattern when it was a zombie decades ago. There may be a soul echo in the marrow, or the skeleton's age may have caused the magic animating him to decay. One of the initiates suggested it may be following an order issued by a higher-ranking dustman in the past. There we go. That'll be what it is, if that's what it is. But I have found no records of such an order. Oh, in that case, that's suspicious, isn't it? It might be me, mightn't it? It might be me, or it might be... Mort, or it could be, someone else that we'll come to know, has is giving zombies orders to just walk round and round for some reason, and those orders massively supersede any orders they get later. Whatever the reason for its behaviour, the matter is to be resolved, or the worker replaced. Now, what it could be is that Worker 42 is the actual one that I saw walking the rule of 3 earlier. But I think, isn't 42... The last time I went 42, it was because I was reading that thing about the skeleton that I did something to. These are clues! I'm piecing together clues here, and my headphones are falling out. I'm so excited. So there was a zombie called 42. Well, not called 42, but there was a zombie number 42. I unzipped it, hid something, I can't remember what now, in it, zipped it up again, did a bit of that. Then I found it as a skeleton, was it? Or was it still a zombie? Did that. It was a skeleton because its ribcage opened up. So it's this guy! So I at least was there. I have at least tampered with number 42 before, and it turns out to be an example of one that ends up walking in circles, which connects back to the earlier example of the one that was ruling the walk of 3, that was walking the rule of 3. So it looks like either me or someone who hung around with me at this time has been going through the mortuary and just sort of interfering with the orders that some of these zombies have. That's interesting. Little clue there. Does that make me a higher-ranking dustman than whoever wrote this? And whoever wrote this is a dustman who can ask other dustmen to do stuff. I mean, order them, pretty much. It's called a request, but it says, contact the necromancer responsible. It sounds like a kind of a snippy boss writing a letter to an underling. So did I outrank ranking dustmen once? I might have even known this guy. Was I this guy's boss? Did I wear the gore-blimey trousers in this relationship? Bandages. So I can use bandages on myself. Heals 3 hit points. That's not many hit points. There's my iron pry bar. There's my corpse limb. Oh, hello. This razor-sharp knife, which I think, I don't remember reading this before, I think I just sort of, you know, skipped over it and just went, I've got a knife, whatever, has been forged out of the famed Bartorian green steel. Oh, cool. Found only in the wastelands of Avernus. Oh, this is like reading the weapon descriptions in Dawn of War 2. Oh, I do like me a bit of Space Marines. I'm reading a Space Marine book at the moment, by the way. Angel Exterminatus. I'm probably not going to do a Bulmer's Bookshelf video about it, purely because I haven't done Bulmer's Bookshelf videos about all of the other Space Marine books that I've read. But, I'm having a good time. I'm reading it. Fulgrim's shown up, and it's gone full Fulgrim. Found only in the wastelands of Avernus, this peculiar green ore can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. Oh, right, so I might have to make this my primary stabbing weapon. I'll have a look in a minute. There's my scalpel. Sure enough, my scalpel's not as good. And I'm back to my earring. Oh wait, I didn't start at my earring. And there's my eye. This is your eye. It looks like it's seen better days. Very good. No, that is good. Because, you know, it looks like it's in a bad condition, and also it looks like it has seen better days, because we've had better days. That's good, guys. That's good. Why is it depicted here as, like, it looks like? Why am I able to look at my eyeball and make any kind of appraisal of it at all? And why is there one of it? Can I just pluck out one of my eyes? Is that a thing that it turns out? I mean, he complained when I tried.
Don't want to part with that.
So, maybe not. Okay, there we go. I've now looked through everything. Now, something somebody pointed out, probably Snow Demon Akuma, who points out most stuff, thanks Akuma, is that Mort has his own inventory, and I bet if I click on him... There he is! Hey! And he's got all this space, and I think I can probably give stuff to him. So, I'll give him some junk just to check how it's done. So I'm guessing I pick it up, plop it on him. Promising. Yep. Oh, great. I've just doubled my inv. Yeah, just for now. Let's pop just random stuff. Where are they going in him? I mean, maybe his head is hollow and I can just stuff them in there. Or maybe his mouth is a portal. I'll give him this embalming charm. Never fly. Oh, he hasn't got any eyes. He has in this picture. Doesn't seem to have in this picture. And I seem to remember that in the novelization, he doesn't have eyes in that. And I remember being annoyed that it said that when he clearly has eyes in this picture. So, he has got Mort's bite. Oh, I guess that's his primary weapon. Yeah, quick weapon. Oh, and his quick weapon is of a mouthful of teeth. What's mine? Yeah, little daggers. So his icon is of teeth. So if Mort's...
Can't part with that. Sorry.
No, I guess not. So if his primary weapon is his teeth, then does this imply that we can put, like, stronger teeth on him? You know, like if we find iron teeth. That'd be cool. So, okay, what else shall I give him? I can basically just give him all my junk for now. Wait, do I need... you know what? I should start dropping some stuff as well. So, do I need this? I might need this. It looks like a clue. I'll keep that for now. That is obviously important. Wooden club. Well, I've already got bonking people on the head equipment. So, what have I got? I've got 1 to 6 crushing, speed 4, weight 3. 1 to 6 crushing, speed 4, weight 3. This is 1 to 6 crushing, speed 4, weight 3. Okay, so that's just exactly the normal thing. So I can just drop that right on the floor, because I've got 2 of those. I don't need that. Needle and thread I'll keep. Bone charm I'll keep. Embalming fluid. Oh, yes, I was going to check the iron spike against this. Oh, I've already got that in my inv there. So that's 1 to 4 piercing. And this is 1 to 3 piercing. But then speed 2, weight 2. Speed 1, but weight none. So that's fine. Alright, well I don't know whether to drop that, so I'll give it to Mort. Dustman request. Again, that's a clue. I'll keep it for now. I can't. No. Receiving log page. I can probably drop all of these. I'll find out where I am before I decide whether to do that. Sort that all out. Okay, so I think that putting something there makes it a drop item, ground item. So, let's... No, first of all, let's just... Oh, why is that red? Oh, because Mort can't use daggers. Well, he can't use this. He hasn't got a wrist to put it on. Maybe you don't put it on your arm. Maybe you eat it. Maybe you eat the iron bracelet, and then you swallow it, and then you puke bracelets. Maybe this is why Mort is a character anyway. Maybe someone just crammed a load of embalming charms into him and just filled him up with those, and that's why he's able to, you know, go around being a living person despite just being a skull. Because we don't know. I don't know. I don't yet know why Mort exists. You know, he's just shown up, and I've just accepted it because he's a cool sidekick to have in a game, but I don't know. I don't know why he exists or why he's a person despite not having a body or presumably a brain. I don't know what's going on with him, and I don't want to know. By the way, don't tell me in the comments, because you know the game will obviously tell me at the correct time, and that's how I want to find out. But feel free to sort of snigger to yourselves that you know something I don't. In fact, just feel free to do that throughout the whole of your life, because there's going to be loads of stuff you know that I don't. All right, so let's drop that. There it is. There it is. And, yeah, go on. This is as good a place as any. Let's, Nah. When I need space in Inv, I'll start dropping these bits of paper, because I bet once I've read them and I've seen what's on them, I probably don't need them anymore, but I'm not sure for now, so I'll carry on as I am. Alright, so, where haven't we been? It looks like there's a gap up here, where I haven't cleared the old fog of war. So let's clear it.
Done.
See what's over this way. Look, you actually get to see me play the game today instead of just reading things. Which was my chief complaint about Dragon Age Inquisition, by the way. A game which I enjoyed, but sort of got to the point where I couldn't be bothered playing it anymore because I knew that every time I played it, it was hit and miss whether I'd be able to play it or if I'd just have to fiddle about with weapons and things. I'll get back to it at some point and tell you how I feel. Hello, skeleton! Oh dear, this skeleton's either seen a great deal of combat or fallen down one too many staircases. Both its arms and legs have been broken and rebuilt with the aid of leather straps and thin iron rods. The front of its skull bears number 863, but the back of the skull has caved in, forming an empty cavity. Ugh. You notice that someone has taken advantage of this and tucked a rolled-up piece of parchment inside the skull. Oh, good! I was wondering for a minute there if this was a skeleton I'd already interacted with and that I was wasting both of our time by clicking it, but no, it looks like here's a thing. You slip the parchment out of the worker's skull. Oddly enough, it looks as if the skull cavity is intended to store messages. A tiny string is attached to the parchment from a hook bolted inside the skull, as if to keep the parchment from accidentally falling out. Oh, I love the way they use zombies and skeletons in this. Oh, they're little robots and storage units and... oh. Unhook the string, take the parchment. You unhook the string and glance over the parchment. It looks like a reminder from one of the mortuary custodians. Judging from the note, this skeleton seems to be a walking messenger of sorts. As you take a second glance at the skeleton, you realise it has stopped in front of the slab because it can't figure out how to move past it. Oh. Oh dear. So it was going this way, presumably, to take this parchment to someone in this direction, but it's so stupid that it can't get past this thing on the floor. Examine the skeleton again. There may be a little bit more to do with it. Oh, you can apologise to him. Sorry about taking that parchment, but I doubt you would have delivered it anytime soon. The skeleton makes no reply, of course. No, I wanted to keep doing things. I have to ask, are those broken bones from combat or from falling down? Do I have to ask? No, doesn't do anything. Okay. Examine the skeleton carefully. Oh, now. So this is clearly there because there is something else to find. But that's a bit too obvious, so I'm guessing that option wouldn't be there if I hadn't, you know, given myself a high intelligence or some stat like that. So let's examine the skeleton carefully. Someone has taken care to bind the bones of this skeleton with leather straps woven around the body in such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons. We've had this before, I think, with a different skeleton. Okay, and is there anything else? How about this skeleton, Mort? Will it do as a body? Now, I'm guessing the answer to this will always be no. Yeah, because they wouldn't suddenly change Mort from a floating skull into a skeleton at this early stage of the game, when he's such an appealing character as a floating skull. And I'm pretty sure I've heard everyone refer to him as a floating skull, so I don't think the aim here is to make him be a skeleton ASAP. Now, these things can happen. I've played Beneath a Steel Sky. I know that your sidekick character in a game can change quite early on if necessary, but I don't think that's going to happen in this case. Nevertheless, I will joke with him. Jokey joke, jokey joke, joke. Jokey joke, joke, joke. Bants. And on we go. Do we go on? No. No, let's end, because I have to get back to doing other things, really, today. Go on, there we go. And then next time I play it, I'll have sorted out all that in-fiddling, and I'll be able to actually start clicking about and doing things, and we can really get down to some doing things next time, I promise you. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh no. Oh no. Hello, I want to talk to you, rather than, you know, so that it doesn't come up and start a fight dialogue. Are you lost? No. Oh, that's right. Oh, we did this, didn't we? And I was able to say that I'm looking for Dahl. Dahl is most likely in the receiving room, and then... Ah, there we go. So, bye everyone. Goodbye from the Nameless One.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye from Mort. Bye. Goodbye from this funky rad dude over here.
Bye.
Goodbye from this zombie.
Bye.
And goodbye from this skeleton. Bunky-dunky-bunk-dunk. That's the noise of bones just kind of clattering together. Right. And hello from whoever just texted me. Bye-bye! The charm gives the user an overall bonus.